Okay, good morning. Calling this hearing to order. As a reminder, if everyone could please put your cell phones on silent so as to not disturb today's hearings. My name is Monica Schmucker. I am the appointed special magistrate to hear today's code enforcement proceedings as provided for in Chapter 2, Article 5 of the Fort Myers Beach Land Development Code and Florida Statutes, Chapter 162. First item on the agenda, we have some administrative items to address. Does the town have anything that we need to add or address to today's agenda?
Your Honor, we are going to retrieve the minutes that are on the agenda currently, and we will present them to you at our next hearing, along with the February 19 minutes. As you may be aware, we're currently transitioning to a new minutes transcriptionist, so we will have those ready for you at the next hearing.
Okay, thank you. Does the town have anything to add from the agenda?
Yes, I have two items. Agenda item number F, case 2026-0091, 16 Bayview Boulevard. It's in compliance and will not be here today. Sorry, my mic wasn't on. Agenda item F, 2026-0091, 16 Bayview Boulevard will not be heard today. And agenda item G, case 2026-0184, 6020, 6022 Gulf Road is in compliance and will not be heard today.
Okay, will they be dismissed or do you need an order of compliance?
I do not need an order of compliance. They complied before they're done.
Okay. All right, perfect, thank you. Okay, next we will hear the cases that are on the agenda, otherwise in the order that they appear. These are quasi-judicial hearings, which means they will be similar to cases in court, but the rules are less formal. Formal rules of evidence do not apply, but fundamental due process does apply and will govern the proceedings. I'll listen to the facts and the evidence before me on each case and apply them to the law. In all cases, the town has the burden of proof and will present its facts first. The respondent will then have the opportunity to speak, present evidence, and refute the town's allegations. All parties who are here to speak on any case will have the opportunity to do so. At the conclusion of each case or within 15 days, I will issue an order finding findings of fact, conclusions of law, and affording the proper relief consistent with Florida law. Anybody who's here to testify, I ask that you please stand at this time and raise your right hand for the taking of the oath. Thank you. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will provide today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Okay, the first item that we have on the agenda is FMB case number 2025-0932, property owner Michael Schumacher, property address 130 Flamingo Street. We have a respondent here. Yes, if you'd like, you can come over and stand at this podium. Okay. Thank you. Could you please state your name for the record?
My name is Michael Schumacher. I'm the owner of this property, and
Okay.
I was here yesterday, and I saw that I'm on the list.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the town ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Good morning.
good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Terry Wyke. I'm Code Compliance Officer for the town of Fort Myers Beach. I worked here for almost 2 years. I've been sworn in and will be providing testimony and documentation for case number 2025-0932. The documentation is attached to the agenda as exhibits, and we will ask that all documents be accepted into evidence.
The exhibits that were provided online, we have Exhibit A and Exhibit B. Have you had an opportunity to take a look at them, Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any objection to them being admitted? Now you'll have the opportunity to discuss them, but just at this time, are you okay with them being admitted so that she can discuss them?
I only saw this. I have to accept this, nothing else.
So do you have any objection to them being admitted?
Yes.
You object or you're okay with it?
No, I'm not okay with this, but I have to accept this pictures and all the
Okay.
information that I've got.
Okay. Do you have a specific objection to any one item?
I would say the permit is not necessary because I made all the work. It was
Mr. Shoemaker,
yes.
you will have an opportunity to discuss the defense of your case once she's done. I just want to know if you
Okay.
have any objection to the documents that she's going to discuss right now.
No.
Okay, thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you. The subject property is located at 130 Flamingo Street, Fort Myers Beach, Florida 33931. Exhibit A contains a notice of violation, a notice of hearing, and photos of the violation sent in January. Take that back. Exhibit A contains a notice of violation, photos of the violation sent on January 22nd, 2026, affidavit of notice of posting, copy of certified mail, copy of signed certified green mail card that was returned to Town Hall, signed, and the notice of violation, notice of hearing posted on January 22nd, 2026, on site and at the Town Hall building. The documentation that the respondent, Michael Schumacher, owns the real property that is the subject of the code enforcement case. Michael Schumacher was given 30 days to come in compliance with the Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinances, which was on or before February 23rd, 2026. Included in Exhibit A is a copy of the Lee County Tax Collector Notice and Lee County Property Appraiser printout, both showing ownership of the property. Also included are screenshots of the aerial from Google Earth and Lee County Property Appraisers. Those photos showing the following. 2024 Google Earth showing the sunroom and patio, which is the subject of this code enforcement case. 2023 Google Earth photo showing the sunroom and patio partial roofing displacement. 3 October 2022 Google Earth sunroom patio. 4 January 2021 Google Earth sunroom patio. 5 2021 Lee County Property Appraiser sunroom patio. Number 6 2022 post Hurricane Ian Lee PA Lee County Property Appraisers showing that there is no sunroom / patio. Number 7 2023 Lee County Property Appraiser showing no sunroom / patio. 8 2024 Lee County Property Appraisers sunroom and patio. 9 2024 Lee County Property Appraisers post Hurricane Milton sunroom and patio, possibly missing some shingles or roofing. And 10 2025 Lee County Property Appraisers showing that there is a sunroom and patio. True and accurate unaltered copies have been marked as Exhibit A and accepted into the record. On September 4th, 2025, the town was advised of the code violation, and on that same day, the town completed an inspection. On September 10th, 2025, the town sent a notice of violation to the property owner. Exhibit B contains an affidavit of service for the notice of violation, the original notice of violation, proof of mailing, a copy of the signed green certified mail card, which was returned to Town Hall on September 17th, 2025. The first and original photos from September 4th, 2025, and finally photos dated September 11th, 2025 of the notice of violation posted on site and at Town Hall. Please accept those as Exhibit B into the record. I have Exhibit C, if you'd like them before I explain what's in it, or it's up to you.
Go ahead and show them to the respondent, please.
Do you want them as well?
Yeah, but show them to him first. Mr. Shoemaker, she's asking to submit these for me to see, so just have a look to see what they are. And let me know if you have an objection to her submitting them. Not to the content. You'll have an opportunity to discuss what's in it afterwards. Okay, so go ahead and take a look at it. Can you just tell us what it is?
Sorry, within Exhibit C, it's emails between the property owner and myself and or his daughter. 2 town rejection letters telling Mr. Schumacher why we haven't moved forward with issuing the permit for the sunroom / patio, the affidavit of noncompliance and photos from yesterday.
Are these what she says they are?
Yes,
Okay, all right. Do you have any objection to her submitting these as evidence at this time?
no questions.
Thank you. All right. I'll go ahead and admit exhibits A, B, and C this time.
Thank you.
Okay, you may proceed.
Again, Exhibit C contains emails between myself and the property owner and/or his daughter, 2 town rejection letters, an affidavit of noncompliance, and photos that I took yesterday of the subject property. The town has had several communications with the property owner after the notice of violation was sent. The first email, page 1, was sent September 18th, 2025 from the property owner's daughter asking for a 30-day extension because her father had some critical medical conditions. On September 18th, 2025, which is page 2, the town extended the compliance date of October 10th, 2025 to November 18th, 2025. Because I had made a mistake on the extension date, another email was sent giving the compliance date of November 18th, 2025. On November 4th, 2025, which is page 3, the town sent an email to the property owner and daughter reminding them of their nearing compliance date. On November 12th, 2025, which is page 4, the property owner asked for another extension, and my reply that I would talk to my supervisor about the request. On December 2nd, 2025, which is page 5, the town emailed the owner that January 1st, 2026 extension was granted. Also on page 5, January 15th, 2026, there was an email from the town advising the property owner and daughter that the hearing would be scheduled for March because the violation had not been abated. Since the above communications, the property owner applied for a permit on February 13th, 2026, and paid the permit fees on February 24th, 2026. On February 25th, 2026, the town sent a rejection letter to the property owner advising them that the following information was required for the permit to be issued. He needed engineering plans, Florida product approvals for the roofing, windows, and doors that have been installed. On March 18th, 2026, the town completed another inspection and found the property owner continued to be non-compliant, and the additional paperwork had not been received. So the permit has not been issued. There's also a second rejection letter in there that was sent March 9th. It's a fairly new rejection letter advising the property owner that even more paperwork is required. I would like to ask that these email printouts, the town rejection letter, and affidavit of non-compliance, including photos of my inspection, be accepted as Exhibit C into the record.
The one that you've provided us already?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, they've been accepted.
Yeah,
They've been
thank you. I
admitted.
thought you said that. Thanks. As a result of the subject's property owner failure to bring the subject property into compliance with the town of code of ordinances, and based on my sworn testimony and evidence that has been presented to you, including exhibits in the packet, and on behalf of the town of Fort Myers Beach, I'd like to ask that an order be issued. But first, I think you need to talk to the property owner.
Okay, thank you. What is the town requesting?
We'd like the usual $250 administrative fee to cover bringing this matter into the magistrate. And give the property owner 10 days to turn in all the paperwork since he's had quite a bit of time to do so. And then would like to ask for a $250 fine to be imposed starting on day 11, which is March 30th, unless you choose otherwise.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, Mr. Shoemaker.
I've got 2 days ago, I've got an email with from the town that I have to bring something in. I didn't understand. That's the reason why I was here yesterday in the permit area and asked what I have to bring in. They told me that I have to come here today, and I have to do an extension of this because the material what I have to bring in takes at least 30 to 40 days. And that's the reason why I need an extension of this 10 days, at least of 30 or 40 days. And then everything should be fine because 4 weeks ago I made the permit and I tried to find the solution of the problem.
Okay. You've been in communication with the town about this issue?
Yes,
You've received the rejection letters and telling
Yes.
you what you need to?
yes,
Have you worked on getting the items that you need to, that you
Yes.
need to get? Including the engineering, the site plans, the
Yes.
approval paperwork?
yes.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any reply?
If he needs 30 days, we'd be happy to do that.
I'll issue an order giving him 30 days to submit all of the paperwork. Mr. Shoemaker, I want you to understand that if things don't happen within the time that's said, I don't want you to wait these 30 days. I want you to go home and get this started. You will begin to accrue fines, okay? And the fines are daily, so they do add up quickly. The fines could be up to $250. So I'll have this 30 days. I'll have it set for the next magistrate hearing, and then we'll put as a status. And then after 30 days, you will begin to accrue fines, okay?
Okay,
So can you be here in the next 30 days? I'll issue an order.
yes.
All right, I'll issue an order within the next week or so. Did you have something you wanted to add?
I'd like to make a correction to the administrative cost. And the total administrative cost, which is part of packet C, I forgot to tell you that it's in the very last page of the packet C, exhibit C, which includes mailing fees and administrative support fees. So that total cost, which includes the $250 cost to bring the case to a hearing, the cost would be $352.38.
Okay, thank you. I
Mhm.
have the form here. Thank you.
Thank you. I apologize for that.
So I will issue an order. You will be assessed a cost of $352.38 for bringing this before the magistrate. But no fines, no daily fines will begin to accrue until after 30 days if you do not come into compliance at that time. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'll issue an order within the next week or so about that. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Anything else on this one?
I'm also available if any questions, and I can point questions in the right directions if I can't answer them for the property owner.
Okay, just stay in communication with them and make sure they have what they need, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I'd just like to state for the record, the next hearings are April 16th. April 16th.
Okay, the next hearing that we have is, I see the next four hearings actually are the same respondent, Sugar Beach Estates LP. Is that respondent present today?
They are present, Your Honor.
Where's the, did you just arrive here? Were you,
I was late. I was coming from Naples, but
okay,
I'm not a lawyer.
will you be testifying then? Just raise your right hand. Are you going to be testifying today?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm first time here. I'm a realtor representing sellers for the Sugar Beach Estates.
Are you here for Sugar Beach Estates LP?
Yes.
Are you here to speak on their behalf? Or are you a witness?
I'm a realtor who is representing them for sale of Sugar Beach properties. They're out of state. They could not come here, and they could not afford to have the lawyer here. So I just want to speak a few words about them and on what situation they are.
Okay, so you're not any of the owners or managing or a representative of Sugar Beach Estates? No, you're a witness for them, but they're not here.
Yes.
Okay. All right, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will provide today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can't have you speak on their behalf.
Okay.
You could be a witness for them, but if you are not them and you're not their lawyer, I mean, you don't count as being respondent, but certainly I guess you could be a witness for the parties. I don't know there's nobody here on their behalf who's no. Okay.
There is no.
I'm going to allow the town to proceed, but my question was, did you want to do these one at a time? Is that probably the cleanest way to do it?
They're all very similar, but yeah, we can go through them one at a time.
Or I don't know if you were planning on,
No, we were planning on one at a time.
let's do one at a time. Okay. That was my question. So why don't you go ahead and proceed with, okay. The first one is 2025-0404, property owner Sugar Beach Estates LP, property address 5268 Estero Boulevard. You,
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Hoffman with the town of Fort Myers Beach. I've worked for the town since May 13th, 2024. I've been sworn in and will be providing testimony and documentation for case number 2025-0404. The documentation is attached to the agenda as exhibits, and we ask that all documents be accepted into evidence.
I have Exhibit A that was provided online.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that would be accepted into evidence.
Thank you. The subject property is located at 5268 Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers, Florida, 33931. Exhibit A contains the notice of violation, notice of hearing, sent on January 29th, 2026, affidavit of notice and posting, copies of certified mail and registered mail receipts, and photos of notice of violation, notice of hearing posted on January 29th, 2026 on site. Notice of violation, notice of hearing posted to Town Hall on January 29th, 2026. The documentation that the respondent, Sugar Beach Estates LP, own the real property that is subject of this code enforcement case. Included in Exhibit A is a copy of Lee County Property Appraiser, Lee County Tax Collector, and Sunbiz. These records demonstrate that notice was provided to the property owner. I would like to submit Exhibit B as an affidavit of noncompliance with photos. I performed a reinspection of the property on March 18th, 2026, and the subject property was still in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinance. Please accept this in the record.
Give it right here.
Mike.
Exhibit B will be omitted. Just one second. Did Sugar Beach send you to speak for them on their behalf as Sugar Beach?
They know that I will be here, but
Okay.
As a witness.
Okay, that's okay. All right. Exhibit B will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sugar Beach Estates LP was not provided with a compliance date in this case, as Officer Hoffman had reason to believe at the time of the initial inspection on 1/27/2026 that the violations or conditions causing the violations present a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, or is irreparable or irreversible in nature. As a result of the subject property's owner's failure to bring the subject property into compliance with the Town Code, Section 6-1, Adoption of International Property Maintenance Code 301.3, Vacant Structures and Land, LDC Section 6-1, Adoption of International Property Maintenance Code 308.1, Accumulation of rubbish and garbage. And based on my sworn testimony and evidence that has been presented to you on behalf of the Town of Fort Myers Beach, I ask that an order be issued. The town would like to ask for a finding of violation and to impose an administrative hearing cost in the amount of $361.12. I'd like to submit the co-compliance administrative hearing cost sheet as Exhibit C at this time.
Thank you. Okay, Exhibit C, the cost sheet will be admitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. We ask that these costs be granted for bringing this matter before the special magistrate. Based on the location of this violation, access to the property by the general public, and the proximity to the beach, which represents a real health and safety concern to the general public, the town would like to ask that a $250 a day fine be imposed starting on this date until the violations are abated. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I see that, I'm sorry, is that it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do see that the town had checked that this was an immediate danger. Is the town requesting authorization to remove the structure?
I would have to follow up on that and get back to you, Your
Okay.
Honor.
All right. I just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. And what was your name? I'm sorry again.
Goran, Goran.
Could you give me your full name?
Goran Denadio.
Could you spell your last name?
Denadija.
Thank you. And you said you were a witness here to speak on behalf of Sugar Beach?
Yes, I'm their realtor, co-agent on selling their properties. And I want just to explain their situation. They bought these properties, 8 beachfront properties, few years before the Hurricane Ian. They invest a lot of money to make them beautiful and representable for the rentals. And then when Ian struck, they lost everything, like many others on the beach. And they still continue maintaining their financial responsibilities, paying the loans, mortgages, and outgoing costs. They are now in the very difficult situation that they need to sell the properties to cover all the loss that they have. If they can cover, they did not get the money from the insurance to recover. So the current situation is that we, as a realtor, we understand what situation they are, and we help them clean the lot. I was by myself for 3 days cleaning that lot, to cutting the grass and making sure that it's representable and safe for the public. We are aware of the situation with the structure. They're not currently financial ready to take all the structure out, but they're working on that. I wanted to mention also that they generously gave the opportunity to Fort Myers Beach Fire Department to do their trainings on the properties over there, and they're very grateful for that. They send us messages and photos how they appreciate work. And I just want to say at the end that these are the good people going through the very hard, difficult time. They're facing bankruptcy if they don't sell the properties, and we are doing our best to sell them fast, and for someone else to develop a new nice residential area over there.
Okay, thank you. All right, does the town have anything to add?
Yes, Your Honor. Later in my testimony, when I get to the last property, I have a final statement that addresses all four properties that will
Address.
address what this
Okay.
gentleman just stated.
Okay, good. Did you have something to add? I saw you walked up.
Yes, due to the comments and the seriousness of the violation, if you would like to authorize securing or foreclosure or demolition of the property on your order, that would be
Okay.
requested.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one under advisement until I hear all four. Anyway, so that I can hear what the situation is on all four. And then we'll see. But more than likely, I would authorize, if there's something that is a danger to the public, that I would authorize the demolition.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there anything else on this one that the town would like to add?
Your Honor, all I would say is if you refer back to the pictures of the affidavit, you can see the condition the property is in. The general public has access to this property not only from the beach, but also from Estero Boulevard. I also work for the town as a ranger, and I have seen people sleeping under the building, mattresses under the building. So there is definitely evidence that people are utilizing this property. It's not all the time, but I have witnessed it, which is why this is such a safety concern to the general public. If you can tell the condition of the property as it currently was as of yesterday, and the property has just continued to deteriorate after Ian, and nothing really has been done to secure the properties or anything to that matter. So that's really why I feel that there's a very severe issue here to the general public. So that is why we're addressing it the way we are.
Okay, thank you. I do understand. All right, so did you want to add something?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
I want to add about the mattresses, and we were aware of that when the town said, and the mattresses were removed as soon as we got a notification, and the entire area is clear. The only thing is so there is no one else like sleeping over there, or we close the door, and as I said, we have like firefighters over there like every few days to do the practice on those houses. I mean, it's a private property, so no one should walk over there, but we clean the debris and we clean the area so it will look nice for the neighbors and for the community.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I'll reserve ruling on this one. I'd like to hear all four since it's the same respondent. And then we'll discuss the appropriate remedies on them. Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you. Is that it for this property?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna reserve ruling and we're gonna move to FMB case number 20250298, property owner Sugar Beach Estates LP, property address 5268 5276 Estero Boulevard. Is the town prepared to proceed? Okay, thank you. It's up to you. You can have a seat. Thank you.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Officer Hoffman with the town of Fort Myers Beach. I've worked with the town since May 13th, 2024. I've been sworn in and will be providing testimony and documentation for case number 20250298. The documentation is attached to the agenda as exhibits, and we ask that all documents be accepted into evidence.
The documents that were online will be accepted into evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Subject property is located at 5276 Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers Beach, Florida, 33931. Exhibit A contains the notice of violation, notice of hearing sent on January 29th, 2026, affidavit of notice and posting, copies of certified mail and registered mail receipts, and photos of notice of violation, notice of hearing posted on January 29th, 2026 on site, notice of violation, notice of hearing posted to Town Hall on January 29th, 2026. The documentation that represents Sugar Beach Estates LP own the real property that is the subject of this code enforcement case. Included in Exhibit A is a copy of the Lee County Property Appraiser, Lee County Tax Collector, and SunBiz. These records demonstrate that the notice was provided to the property owner. I would like to submit Exhibit B as an affidavit of noncompliance with photos. I performed a reinspection of the subject property on March 18th, 2026, and the subject property was still in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinances. Please accept this in a record.
Exhibit B will be admitted. Is that another one or is that the same Exhibit B? Okay, so Exhibit B will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sugar Beach Estates LP was not provided with a compliance state in this case, as Officer Hoffman had reason to believe at the time of the initial inspection on 1/27/2026 that the violations or the conditions causing the violations present a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, or is irreparable or irreversible in nature. As a result of the subject property owner's failure to bring the subject property into compliance with Town Code Section 6-1, adoption of International Property Maintenance Code 301.3, vacant structures and land, LDC Section 6-1, adoption of International Property Maintenance Code 308.1, accumulation of rubbish or garbage, and based on my sworn testimony and evidence that has been presented to you on behalf of the Town of Fort Myers Beach, I ask that an order be issued. The town would like to ask for a finding of violation and to impose an administrative hearing costing the amount of $361.12 to cover the cost of bringing this matter before the special magistrate. I would like to submit the co-compliance administrative hearing cost sheet as Exhibit C at this time.
Exhibit C will be admitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Based on location of this violation, access to the property by the general public, and the proximity to the beach, which represents a real health and safety concern to the general public, the town would like to ask that a $250 a day fine be imposed starting on this date until violations are abated. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is that all for this one?
That is all on this one, yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So again, I'll reserve ruling until I hear the four. Would the town, well, I guess, will the town be also requesting authorization on this one for demolition?
Yes, we would be, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll reserve ruling until I hear all four, and then we can discuss that. So let's move on to FMB case number 20250296, property address 5280 Estero Boulevard. I'll give you a minute to get your items together. No, you're good. No, I jumped quickly, so I'll give you a moment.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Good morning again. Officer Hoffman with the Town of Fort Myers Beach. I've worked for the town since May 13th, 2024. I've been sworn in and will be providing testimony and documentation for case number 2025-0296. Documentation is attached to the agenda as exhibits, and we ask that all exhibits be accepted into evidence.
Exhibit A, which was attached to the agenda and is available online, that will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. The subject property is located at 5280 Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers Beach, Florida, 33931. Exhibit A contains the notice of violation, notice of hearing sent on January 29th, 2026, affidavit of notice and posting, copies of certified mail and registered mail receipts, and photos of notice of violation, notice of hearing posted on January 29th, 2026. On site, notice of violation, notice of hearing posted to Town Hall on January 29th, 2026. Documentation that represents respondent Sugar Beach LLC, Sugar Beach Estates LP own the real property that is subject of this code enforcement case. Included in Exhibit A is a copy of Lee County Property Appraiser, Lee County Tax Collector, and Sunbiz. These records demonstrate that notice was provided to the property owner. I would like to submit Exhibit B as an affidavit of noncompliance with photos. I performed a re-inspection of the property on March 18, 2026, and the subject property was still in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinances. Please accept this in the record.
Okay, Exhibit B will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sugar Beach Estates LP was not provided with a compliance date in this case, as Officer Hoffman had reason to believe at the time of the initial inspection on 1/27/2026 that the violations or conditions causing the violations present a serious threat to public health, safety, and welfare, or is irreparable or irreversible in nature. Sugar Beach Estates LP has abated violation section 6-2 amendment weeds, but all other violations remain on property as of March 18th, 2026 reinspection. As a result of the subject property's owner failure to bring the subject property into full compliance with Town Code section 6-1, adoption of International Property Maintenance Code 301.3, vacant structures and land, LDC section 6-1, adoption of International Property Maintenance Code 308.1, accumulation of rubbish or garbage, Chapter 6-1, Section 303.1, swimming pools, and Section 341176, C(1), in-ground swimming pools. And based on my sworn testimony and evidence that has been presented to you on behalf of the Town of Fort Myers Beach, I ask that an order be issued. The town would like to ask for a finding of violation and to impose an administrative hearing cost in the amount of $361.12 to cover the cost of bringing this matter before the special magistrate. At this time, I would like to submit the code compliance administrative hearing cost sheet as Exhibit C.
Thank you.
Okay, Exhibit C will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Based on location of this violation, access to the property by the general public, and the proximity to the beach, which represents a real health and safety concern to the general public, along with the property containing an unsecured pool with unapproved fencing, the town would like to ask that a $250 a day fine be imposed starting on this date until all violations are abated. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is the town also asking for authorization
We would be, yes, Your Honor.
for
For demo.
demolition? Okay. All right, thank you. Question, has the respondent reached out to you requesting a permit for demo at all on any of these? Or on this one specifically?
We did discuss methods of coming into compliance. I'll be speaking to that after I speak on the last property. I
Okay.
can get into that a little bit more then, if that's okay, Your Honor.
Okay, no problem. But has a permit been, has there been any application for any
No, Your
permit
Honor.
for demolition? Okay, okay, thank you. Is that it on this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then the next case, and I'll give you a second to get your stuff together, is FMB case number 2025-0297, property address 5300 Estero Boulevard.
Again, good morning, Your Honor. Officer Hoffman with the Town of Fort Myers Beach. I've worked for the town since May 13th, 2024. I have been sworn in and will be providing testimony and documentation for case number 20250297. Documentation is attached to the agenda as exhibits, and we ask that all documents be accepted into evidence.
The documents, Exhibit A that were attached to the agenda and that are online will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. The subject property is located at 5300 Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers Beach, Florida, 33931. Exhibit A contains the notice of violation, notice of hearing sent on January 29th, 2026, affidavit of notice and posting, copies of certified mail and registered mail receipts, and photos of notice of violation, notice of hearing, posted on January 29th, 2026, on site. Notice of violation, notice of hearing, posted to Town Hall on January 29th, 2026. The documentation that represents Sugar Beach Estates LP own the real property that is the subject of this code enforcement case, included in Exhibit A, is a copy of the Lee County Property Appraiser, Lee County Tax Collector, and Sunbiz. These records demonstrate that notice was provided to the property owner. I would like to submit Exhibit B as an affidavit of noncompliance with photos. I performed a re-inspection of the property on March 18th, 2026, and the subject property was still in violation of Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinances. Please accept this in the record.
Thank you.
Okay, Exhibit B is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sugar Beach Estates LP was not provided with a compliance date in this case, as Officer Hoffman had reason to believe at the time of the initial inspection on 1/27/2026 that the violations or conditions causing the violations present a serious threat to public health, safety, and welfare, or is irreparable or irreversible in nature. Sugar Beach Estates LP has abated violation section 6-2 amendment weeds, but all other violations remain on property as of March 18th, 2026. As a result of the subject property owner's failure to bring the subject property into full compliance with Town Code Section 6-1, Adoption of an International Property Maintenance Code 301.3, Vacant Structures and Land, LDC Section 6-1, Adoption of International Property Maintenance Code 308.1, Accumulation of Rubbish or Garbage, and based on my sworn testimony and evidence that has been presented to you, on behalf of the Town of Fort Myers Beach, I ask that an order be issued. The town would like to ask for a finding of violation and to impose an administrative hearing cost in the amount of $361.12 to cover the cost of bringing this matter before the special magistrate. At this time, I'd like to submit the code compliance administrative hearing cost sheet as Exhibit C.
Thank you.
Okay, Exhibit C is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Based on the location of this violation, access to the property by the general public, and the proximity to the beach, which represents a real health and safety concern to the general public, the town would like to ask that a $250 a day fine be imposed starting on this date until the violations are abated. And we will be seeking permission to demo the property.
Okay, thank you. Is that it for this one?
I do have a last statement, if I may, Your Honor.
Okay.
I would like to ask Your Honor to refer back to Exhibit B, the affidavit of noncompliance in this case. The first picture in the packet demonstrates the proximity of this property I have just testified to in relation to the beach. These properties include agenda items B, C, D, and E. They're all owned by the same property owner and are close in proximity to each other. There has been contact with the property owner and discussions have taken place regarding achieving compliance. On 2/25/2026, I spoke with the property owner and he stated that the grass and/or weeds had been removed, which was accurate. When discussing securing or fencing off the property until a determination could be made by the property owner as to what he was going to do with the property, which included selling as is or possibly demolishing the property. The property owner stated on this call that he was going to start looking for a fencing company to secure the property and obtain any required permits to do so. These properties represent a real risk to the safety and wellness of the general public, as they are easily accessible both from the beach and Estero Boulevard. In my professional opinion, it is imperative that these properties at the very least be secured until the property owner makes a final decision on what his plans are moving forward with these properties. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to make a few comments. I don't know that I'm going to be able to rule on every single issue at this very moment. The first thing is I can't understate how sympathetic I am to a situation like this, but I do recognize that these dangerous, these buildings look very dangerous. They look like they are quite a risk to the public safety. I know it's been a long time since the hurricane, and it looks like they received the notice in January. So we are 2 months later. It does concern me that no application for demo has been put in. Has an application for fencing been put in?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And being that they're so close to the beach, I do think that it is a public risk. Okay. Because of that, I do believe that it would be justifiable to be able to authorize the town to secure the property, and any cost associated that would become a lien on the properties, on all 4 of these properties. And that could be done with a fence, or to demolish the property, depending on how the town finds these structures to be. One of them, in fact, I think for this last one, it looks like it is falling over.
There's a support beam that is.
Yeah, and
is broken in
that
half.
concerns me, because anybody could be walking down the beach and this could be extremely dangerous to somebody. So I do urge the town to either work with them immediately or proceed with whatever needs to be done to secure or demolish this property, and I'll issue an order authorizing that. And of course, that cost would be lien against the property, and if they sell it, it'd be covered. I am not going to rule today on when the fines will start. I will issue that in the ruling. I will grant the costs on all 4 for today's hearings. And I will rule that they either secure or submit a permit for securing the property or demolishing the property within 2 weeks of today. If we don't see that, then the town will have authority to proceed how you see fit. Okay. And as for the fines, I will impose a fine. But the start date, I won't decide that yet. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So I'll take the rest of the issues under advisement, and I'll have an order for you shortly within the week. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there anything else we need to address on these 4?
No, Your Honor, I do not believe so.
Okay. I believe we have then one more. You said the F and G are being removed from the agenda. Okay, so then we have the status update, FMB case number 2025-1156. Property owner, Ganem Properties LLC, property address 1240 Estero Boulevard. Do we need a minute to? Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. See, there's a transition here, so I'll just give everyone a minute to
Sure.
get settled. All right. Could you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Michael Randolph, counsel for the Ganem Properties
Thank
and
you.
the Ganems.
Thank you. All right, is the town prepared to proceed?
Yes, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. You may proceed.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Officer Hoffman with the town of Fort Myers Beach. I've worked for the town since May 13th, 2024. I've been sworn in and will be providing a status update for case number 2025-1156. The subject property is located at 1240 Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers Beach, Florida, 33931. Reinspection of the property located at 1240 Stereo Boulevard on 2/27/2026 revealed that Ganem Properties LLC, the property owners in this case, have taken significant steps towards abating all violations pertaining to the property by filling in the pool on property with site fill in the form of rock and/or gravel, removal of debris on property, and other measures to correct the safety concern to the general public. The subject property is currently not in compliance with town code requirements pertaining specifically to the need to obtain a demo permit. The demo permit was requested by the town building official Pete Haggis after work was performed and reviewed at 1240 Sterling Boulevard. The property owner was notified through their attorney by email that the demo permit would be required to achieve full compliance by code enforcement. The respondent in this case has been cooperative and responsive through this process to date. I would like to submit the affidavit of noncompliance as of 2/27/2026. Please accept this into record as Exhibit B. Here's a third.
Thank you.
Do you have an opportunity to look at it, Exhibit B?
I'm aware of the information contained in the
Okay.
affidavit.
Have you discussed have you looked at Exhibit A too? Did we request Exhibit
I
A?
have seen it.
All right, do you have any objection to Exhibit B being admitted?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. We admitting Exhibit B?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Thank you, Your
so
Honor.
Exhibit B will be admitted.
The town would like to ask for an order to impose an administrative fee of $250 to cover the cost of bringing this matter before the special magistrate today for a status update. The town is not currently seeking daily fines to be assessed at this time, as the property owner has willingly communicated and worked with code enforcement and has corrected the safety concern to the general public on property. The town would like to extend an additional 30 days to the property owner to obtain the demo permit required by the town building official before any daily fines are to be assessed. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Response?
Yes, we had communications with the town and are in agreement that we would, in fact, one of the secondary reasons we're here today is to get a permit applied for. I'm going to back up a step and apologize to Your Honor. The notice that had gone out did wind up with our client, who is a company up in Connecticut. My name and address is on there, but it's an old one. So for some reason, it didn't get forward. I wasn't aware of the initial information coming out in November. So over the last couple of weeks, we have been made aware of the situation when I received this information for today's hearing. And so we took steps to quickly address the issues that we, to try to come into compliance. I think we're almost there. We're going to meet with, hopefully, someone within the building department, and I've been authorized to apply for a permit today in order to get that squared away.
Okay, thank you. All right, so, sorry, do you have a reply to that? Anything else?
No, ma'am. They have definitely been cooperative once communication started, and the real issue, which was the safety concern, has been addressed. So now it's just obtaining that permit.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'll issue an order extending the 30 days to receive a demo permit. I'll also put on the order, we don't need to come back for another status hearing unless it is requested, either to impose any fines or if you need an order of compliance because there's already a violation on file. We don't need a hearing for that. You can just submit a request for that and order of compliance. Or in other words, you're welcome to be present, but you wouldn't have to be, and we could do that. So I'll allow the parties to decide if we need another hearing to be able to close out the case. If the parties are working towards compliance, perfect, that's great. And in the order that I issued today, I will impose the costs of $250, and I will put on there that there's a 30-day extension and that the parties are working on it, and that there will be no further status conference until the parties request one for final resolution. Okay? Does that work?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Your
Anything
Honor.
else?
Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
Thank you. I'm
Okay, all right, perfect. And I believe that that concludes the cases that we have in the case. Is there anything else that we need to address? No? All right, then we are adjourned.